you want to build with Deepslate, but you're tired of digging even with a good pickaxe? I have the farm for you. No redstone, easy to build, infinite Deepslate. The number one thing you need to build this farm is a really long tunnel, just like this. The length of your tunnel is going to determine how much Deepslate you are going to end up with. That is it. So here are the list of materials. They're going to be different for each person, but I'll show you in this chest what you're going to need to do this. And basically, you're going to have to spawn in a wither. What I would suggest is getting as many potions, as many buckets of milk, as many totems, and as many potion of night visions as you possibly can. I would also suggest fighting the wither a few times by yourself, getting to know its mechanics and getting comfortable with not dying. And finally, probably the hardest part, which makes this a difficult farm to do, you are going to need good armor. Blast protection, protection for armor is diamond or netherite is definitely required. All right, let's jump right into the farm and I'm going to describe it as we go. But the first thing you should have is a partner. So here helping me is Timojo, and he is going to be the person killing the wither. So essentially he's going to lead the wither first, and then he's going to kill the wither to end it. And my role is going to be picking up the blocks. So the first thing we're going to do is spawn the wither in, and we're both going to attack it with healing arrows and get it past its first phase into its glowy, light up, charged phase. So this part, we fight the wither together. And the next part, once he starts glowing, Timojo is going to pull the wither back on his side of the tunnel over there. Now, I am going to dip out completely so the wither doesn't key on me and go the wrong way. Like I mentioned before, you want to fight the wither a few times maybe before you attempt this, so you're comfortable and confident in knowing what you're getting yourself into. You're going to want healing arrows, you're going to want strong armor, and good bows. So it's getting close, so I'm going to back off. Now, the reason why I back off is so he doesn't key on me. And once you leave the render distance, you see the bar go away. He will no longer key on me, and the wither's going to follow. Once you have the wither blue, you back yourself down the tunnel that you built and wait for his dash attack. Every dash attack drops that many blocks. And here's where the two players come in. I am going to come behind him, light this cave up, and start picking up all these free blocks and ores and anything else that the wither explodes. The reason why this is a dangerous one-player farm is because there can be so many blocks in the area it could cause your game to crash. So we're going to avoid that, and I'm going to jump in and start picking up these blocks. A couple key things to remember if you are the block person. Torch up the area and bring lots of chests. Your inventory is going to fill up so fast that you are going to have to be getting rid of your inventory as fast as possible. We're already dropping some frames because of all of the blocks on the ground. All of these free blocks here for the taking. One good strategy to remember is to simply charge back down the tunnel and light it up. That will help with the mobs. But remember, do not get too close to the wither. If you render the wither in, you run the risk of getting him to aggro on you and then losing that straight line tunnel. I do believe this farm is possible in Java, but with no comparison at all to the speed and the rates of which you will get Deepslate in Bedrock. So we are reaching the end of our super long tunnel. As you can see, there are just an infinite amount of resources we could be gathering, and we will go back and gather all these, but it is time to kill the wither. So I'm going to run down, light the caves up to avoid our mobs, and help with the last bit of wither killing. As you can tell, this is dangerous with this many entities on the ground. This many entities on the ground, your game can be in big trouble. So please use caution. Do not attempt this alone. Okay, the fight is over. We are going to see all of the things that we have collected and show you a little bit of a bonus. So every chest is about half full as we're just kind of running, but I want you to keep in mind we are exposing all of this ore as well. So each chest has about a half of cobbled deepslate, tough, and other ores, and it just goes as long as you want it to go. So the amount of blocks is really completely up to you, what you feel like you need and what you feel like you can handle. Please use caution when using this, because it can get out of hand with how many blocks are on the ground. But I mean, look at that. So if you don't like digging, if you don't like spending hours and hours and hours in a mine, and if you like building with deepslate or really any other building material, consider this farm and this new way to mine. What we're gonna do is calculate up our blocks now and see how efficient this farm actually is. So in total, we went 400 blocks. We made our original tunnel 400 blocks, and we ended up with 297 stacks of cobbled deepslate amongst tough and ore that we didn't even count. So you do the math, and I'll actually put the math up here. That is per 100 block length of tunnel equals this many stacks. Future me is an amazing mathematician. If you want to build this farm, super easy. A little bit of work to get started and a little bit of work to figure out, but you can do it. Leave a comment down below if you have any other ideas of what you could mine with this wither farm. Thanks for joining me. See you on the next one.